Well, yeah, but before we get started, I just wanted to take this brief moment to talk about SW5E, the system that we're all utilizing.
We should talk about this, yeah, actually.
Yeah, this will be they'll be here. We'll talk about this before we get into the whole session recap.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, this is actually kind of important. Yeah.
Yes. So for those of you who don't know, we utilize the system SW5E, which is a fan-made Star Wars conversion of 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons. It's all community-made, it's all free to use, it's all free to access on their website, sw5e.com.
Because the Star Wars tabletop system bites ass.
It does, yeah, and people can.
It really does. It really does. Honestly, there's nothing redeeming about it. Anyway, so recently the original moderators for the website were just going to drop and leave it and let it die. I don't know the personal reasons. Justin, do you know the reasons? I know that they made a formal...
He was just moving on, and he posted it because there's one main guy who like started this all. He had a small team that helped him, but like it was one main dude as far as I'm aware, and he just wanted to move on to other stuff. He didn't feel like, making more, which like he did all this for free, so fair.
Yeah.
He gave us more than we could have asked for, so like, can we really complain?
No, exactly, we can't. However, the problem was that when he left, the website was going to go down. However, 10 days ago, it was announced, 10 days ago as a recording, it was announced that it would be coming under new management, under a username of Marco Polo, who also worked on the Mass Effect 5e system that is also free to utilize, free to access, and free to use. Highly recommend you go check that out. I actually took a moment to take a look at it, and the same amount of love that went into SW5E went into Mass Effect 5e. So if you're very much one of those Mass Effect fans, go check them out.
Or
however,
you just want to fuck Garrus, which fair.
Yeah, I'll do Garrus.
I think we all will.
Yeah, exactly.
We're Star Wars.
So so now it's under Marco Polo and their new team that are calling themselves Delta Squadron. Delta Squadron has come out to say that, and this is a quote from them, that they are willing to, no matter what, Delta Squad will make sure the site stays up, even if it ends up costing our own money. That being said, they have a Patreon. I think we can go ahead and put the link in this episode if we want to for the Patreon. All funds and proceeds that are put into the Patreon go 100% into the site of SW5E. So if you really like this system and you want to continue to utilize it for free and continue to build this community, I highly recommend you go check that out. It's not a lot. I'm pulling up the Patreon right now. To join, it's $1 a month. Yeah,
so, I'm at least going to be doing one of the lower tiers because this system is fantastic and has led to this the amazing storytelling that we tell right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Podcast.
We care about this podcast. We want to keep using this system.
Yeah.
And I think all of I think it's big for all of us here at Star Wars: The First Resistance when we say thank you so much, Delta Squad.
Yeah.
Yes. Absolutely. Thank you, Delta Squad. And with that all said, DM, if you would like to get things started.
Back to killing our mechanic.
Now, where were we? Ah, yes.
The pit of despair.
Well, Nyx was there, and so was the rest of you. This is the best Columbo voice I can do. When last we left our plucky heroes having a plucky good time where nothing wrong was ever happening in their lives.
I think that's the first time you've called us heroes.
Yeah. You say you're going to save the Unav if things don't go south.
Thanks, Justin.
Yeah.
Big ups, big man. Thanks a lot.
The Unav think you're heroes, so that's why we're here.
It's good enough.
Nyx had a grueling, that's a good one, 1v1 with a large Unav Guardian who who did kick his ass, but literally through the power of friendship and the Force, he was able to come out on top.
What
And
is the
you
Force
guys-
if not the power of friendship?
It's true. It connects all things. It's just technically that, yeah. This impressed both the Elder and the rest of the Unav. They think your light is all strong enough to fight the great evil that is plaguing them.
They think
which
we're cool
all you
guys.
guys know is probably a big red rock, based on the visual representations that you've been giving.
Of said big red rock.
Distinct possibility.
You rested to recuperate, especially Nyx, who was given a little bit of healing. Raestra was given a little bit of help meditating, and did meditate, and reflected on some things about her life that might or might not be integral to who she is today, and how she
We're
got
going
here.
to Mandalore, baby!
Eventually.
Someday.
Hell yeah.
Imperial occupied Mandalore, woo! Nothing could
That's
can
gonna
go
be fun.
wrong.
What can go can?
What can go wrong?
With help from Cal, of course.
Yes.
She was able to meditate. Nyx recovered. Discussions were had, but Nyx was antsy, restless.
Yeah.
Lots of things on his mind. So he took a walk while everyone else slept, along with Asha, who was
Never
working on
sleeps.
stuff. Never sleeps ever. Are you an elf? No. I just choose not to sleep.
I just opt
No.
out of it, truly.
Don't worry, I need it. I'm just self-destructive.
Sleep's a sucker's bet.
You can get so much done if you use all your brain all the time.
Sleep is a sucker's bet, much like death.
And there could never be consequences for that ever.
What can go wrong?
Speaking of that, taking a walk with Nyx, they both noticed something. A glowing red Unav darting away from the entrance of this village, but it had left something on the ground, red and shiny. A translucent red rock that Nyx picked up.
I touched it.
He did touch it with his whole hand.
So you touch it.
I touched it with my whole person.
with his whole self, with his full chest, he touched it.
With
And-
my full chest. Listen,
And-
if the DM's gonna put an obvious trap, I'm gonna spring it.
You are the fighter, I guess. What role are they to fill other than that? Hitting
true.
things?
To be fair, when Abigail did it, everyone else suffered the consequences but her.
That is
It's true.
statistically correct, actually.
That's because you rolled a really good saving throw. Nyx, however, did roll a natural 1 on his wisdom saving
He
throw, which
fucked
was
I did.
unfortunate
As is his
Yes.
way.
and amazing for me, because now
Because
Nyx, you are still kind of trapped in a waking nightmare where
oh god. Okay.
you are aware of your surroundings, including the fact that you just yeeted your friend Asha very far,
Okay.
and she plunked onto the ground like a sack of potatoes, like a sack of space potatoes.
Okay.
No, potatoes are in Star Wars, I'm almost certain. And if it's not, it is now.
A sack of space spuds.
And if not, may Wikipedia strike us down.
Down, yeah.
They're
Seals and
space
stuff.
spuds, Justin.
Spice spuds. They're spids. Spids. Sorry.
They fucking might be, for all the fuck we know. Fuck you, George Lucas.
You know that planet that had the great spid famine? Yeah, it was rough.
The colonialization of the Empire was rough, dog.
We didn't get to
I
live
hate
through
it
that
here.
because that's because that didn't affect any of these characters.
And therefore, it didn't happen.
But you injured your friend, and you are fully aware of that, but you can do nothing about it. Your body is not your own.
Something else has taken over.
Yes. In fact, you did hear a laugh.
Oh god.
A deep-throated,
great.
malicious... Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. Laugh.
Oh Jesus. Okay. All right. I guess. Shit.
I did call for Earl's
DM.
help. I did call for Earl's help
You did.
at the end,
And
so...
a handful of things do happen, but if Nyx... I will say you do have control of your vocal facilities. You seem to be able to look around with your eyes and open your mouth, albeit slow and stammering, but like everything else on you. But like you can't physically turn your head. You cannot like even like tinch your hands. You think about doing that, and it's just not happening. Your right hand is completely tensed. You got that crystal, and you're just never gonna let that go.
All right, so here's what I'm gonna do. May I attempt to try to break free again of this, or at the very least try to get more control of my body? Try to fight this?
It has only been a round because you cast a spell on your friend, and I am going to unfortunately say no, mainly because you rolled a natural 1 to begin with.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, so
for right now, without some sort of outside help, you're unfortunately not going to get a chance. You are, and this is just so perfect, right? For me,
yeah, it's great. Yeah, it's wonderful.
You are one of the most empty vessels that whatever this dark force is inhabiting. Like you were made to be an empty vessel like this.
I mean, no, a little bit.
I don't like that. I don't like that at all. That's terrible. I read a book. I read a book about this exact scenario,
and I didn't like it.
I didn't like it. I don't think Chopper liked it either. All right, so. Fuck. Okay. I guess all Nyx could say is just fucking run.
Yeah.
He's gonna tell Ash to run. He's gonna yell run.
All right. A few things happen. In the hut, the storage hut that you guys are sleeping in, Earl shoots up into a sitting up straight motion. So fast that Ray, it definitely wakes you.
Yeah, boy.
You were conditioned to be alert at all times. And
right?
Yeah.
It's fine. No, I'm just kidding.
You can wake up Cal if you wish, but also
I'll look to Earl first to make sure that this isn't like a false start.
Something's wrong. You feel that?
Yeah.
He actually sounds a little like you've never heard his voice that concerned, and you do. It is dark. You've been around vessels of darkness, unfortunately, Ray.
Jabronis.
And they have different feels. Your former master was like a crouching predator. It like that feeling when you feel like something's behind the curtain and is gonna get you, but like always.
That's terrible.
The man, the Dark Lord, felt like a black hole just sucking all light around it, more of a void than any sort of oppressive feeling. And you did meet the grand and wonderful emperor, who felt his presence worse than all the others, was like being truly the epitome of not aquaphobia, what's the word for deep water?
Thalassophobia?
Thalassophobia. Of like, you can't tell what's around you, you're out of your element, but you feel like there's stuff down there that's gonna get you. And like, kind of like a storm is what Palpatine felt like. Oh, it kind of, but not like a current, like you're in the middle of a hurricane, like when you know a hurricane is coming and you see it on the horizon is what... There is quiet. This is similar. It's dark, but it feels like waves of an ocean, and like escalating ones. It feels like whoosh, just whoosh, like the kind of waves that crash against rock and whittle them away over years, but they're mighty in their own sense every time. It's unlike anything you've ever felt, but you can tell it's bad. I've waxed poetic for a while, but that's the TLDR.
Yeah. So my response is yes.
Yeah. As soon as you like say, you're not even done saying yes, and Earl is on his feet, in like a crouch, and he's like, it's outside.
Mm-hmm.
And he looks like he wants to like bolt out, but he looks to you and Cal, just making sure that you're gonna come with him.
She did nods, and I will now wake Cal.
What is that?
I don't know. We're gonna go find out.
And all of that takes place in like around, and all of you can basically like use your movement to get out of the hut, and you all kind of just single file and are a decent distance away, but definitely close enough to see decently clearly that the form of your friend Nyx is at the entrance of this town and hovering about 2 feet.
He's still wearing his clone helmet, by the way, too.
Yeah.
So
That's
kind of adding to it.
not good.
Ash, what do you do?
I'd like to stand up. How far back did I get pushed away from him again?
Only 5 feet.
Only 5 feet, so...
Yeah.
But I'm out of him, but I'm out of, like, some sort of melee range in case his body tries to kick me or whatever.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I want this to stop, but I also don't want to hurt my friend. So, what I'm gonna do is that I am going to cast cryogenic suspension on him. He'll need to make a con saving throw.
What does that look like?
She taps something on her wrist pad, and something will come up out of it. And I'm imagining it's similar to like a mist that covers, it covers the area that, because it's slow. It's the spell slow, but that is meant to be ingested, and hopefully he'll fail. Let's see.
All right.
Okay, so I love this. So I will take some liberty and say this is exactly what you were staying up late to work on.
Yeah. I think I mentioned
you're
it
like,
last session when Nyx and her were talking, so.
And you're like, well, I hope this works. And you point your wrist and a little nozzle comes out. And it's like, it's not a small nozzle. It's actually quite wide. And it doesn't like send out a spray like a water hose would. It actually sends out a huge puff like a smoke machine that like it like sustains for about 5 seconds and then stops. And now that whole area is like kind of this white sparkly mist covers it. And yeah, Nyx will need to make a Constitution saving throw.
DC is 17.
One con save coming up. Here we go. Hematite dice, I would like you to fail, please. Oh. Hold on. Con?
Con.
Damn it. 20.
Hold on. I need to make sure. I'm gonna look over my shit real quick. I want to make sure I don't have anything that can
Forcibly fail you.
Aha! I can. Okay, Pug. It's my 3rd feature level ability, where if I miss with a tech attack roll or a creature succeeds on a saving throw against a tech power you can cast, you can expend 1 use of your potent aptitude to overwhelm them. Roll the die and either add to the attack roll or subtract from the saving throw. So I believe my potent aptitude is now a d6. So I have a 50% chance of it. Actually, no, it's less than that. It's 40. So I need it.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Never tell me the odds.
Damn it! I think fuck. I rolled 3, so it gets it to 17.
Yeah. Sorry.
Fuck. I tried.
You tried. That's the important part.
Then I will run away, I guess.
All right.
Fuck, dang it.
Well, I must...
Criff, shit. Gotta make more calibrations. Fuck.
Language.
Is now really the time?
How unfortunate.
I tried.
Aw. I'm so sad to hear it.
All right,
Justin.
Justin.
Shut the fuck up.
Justin, shut up.
Sometimes I can win. Sometimes I can be the boy.
Sometimes I'm
With the
allowed to have
things.
fun.
With the
Sometimes good,
things.
sometimes shit.
So who's the man?
I get the call to class, yeah. He cannot afford. Great success.
Good success.
Success.
So you decide to run. In fact, that's Earl is out there, and he says, Asha, get away from him. Like, real loud.
I'm
And
already
you're
on
just
it. Don't
beating
need
feet. Which direction are you going?
towards my mentor and my friends.
All right. Like yoinks, guys.
Aw, cheese, Scoob!
Shaggy
Gang.
moaned like shit. Jesus. Can't we can't take anything seriously, can we?
No,
No.
not at all.
But that's why people listen to us, right? Tell us in the
Exactly.
reviews.
Go on. Do it.
Do it. Post a
it.
comment.
Do it.
For real though, your comments make our day.
Yes.
Yes, please do.
Please make comments. Please.
Please.
Unironically, we sit around the desk and look at your comments and then giggle like we're teenage girls. It's really nice. We really appreciate them.
I haven't been spoken to in 12 years. Please make a comment.
I'm speaking to you right now.
I haven't been spoken to in 12 years.
Yeah. I thought you were going to say I haven't been spoken to you in 12 years by anyone who matters, so...
Fucking
would
owned
be-
immediately.
Now things get to happen.
Oh my goodness.
A handful of things.
Oh no.
Because... Nyx, you...
I'm a Sith Lord now.
No. Absolutely
okay.
not. Otherwise, Ash would have died from that force power instead of,
Valid.
just getting a nasty bump. We shall name you Darth Nick.
Bix.
Dawkins.
Darth Cut. Something evil sounding, but it can't be the word. It has to be close. But you're Darth Sidious. I know.
Like insidious. It's not the
Yes.
word.
Yes. This is the way. I read it in a Sith book.
Now all of our fans can tick off Justin makes a joke in the Palpatine voice.
Same voice, yeah. We have much like the Matthew Mercer drinking game of city proper, gaping maw, toothy maw, ass of her tea kettle. I have Palpatine voice. Ooh, I definitely have one other. That's a good word. I say that a lot. Anyway,
Anywho.
Nyx, the laughter has died down, and you
Okay.
just hear in your head the voice. It's deep and low, and like almost like it's far away,
Okay.
but like not in a like the volume is low and it's down this tunnel. It's like it's hard to put, but like it just feels far away more than it sounds far away.
Gotcha. Okay.
And it just says, Nyx, Nyx, Nyx. Just your name over and over
Okay.
again.
Okay.
And you can't help but close your eyes. And when you
Okay.
open them again, you're back on that basalt plain. Ashy, dark, black, and gray as far as the eye can see. And it's dark for right now in a way that's like unreal. It's like a video game and they just turned down the draw distance all the way for horror aesthetic.
Gotcha.
You can't see your hands in front of your face, but
Okay.
you hear lightning strike. You hear but you don't even see the flash. And you kind of fall to your knees and can't help but like the fear is just taking over at this point, and you're
Jesus.
it's a panic attack is the best way. You're
Yeah.
Hyperventilating and can't.
I just can't. I can't even. Okay. Fuck. All right. So wait. So what am I seeing right now?
Nothing. Darkness.
Nothing.
Oppressive darkness. Like I said, like the draw distance was turned down purposefully. It's impossible to be this way. Like if you can't
Okay.
see your hands in front of your face, but it's what's happening.
Okay. All right. All right. I'm going to attempt to try to calm myself down.
Make a
should-
wisdom save throw then.
All right. Cool.
At disadvantage.
2.
Oh, two. Okay. Would you get a 1?
Yes.
Did you get a 1?
Yes, Justin. I got
Show
a
me.
1.
Damn it!
Show me snake eyes. God, you can't make this shit up, guys. Can't make this shit up. This is why you let rolls happen, because truly fate will be on your side when it matters most. And if it wasn't on your side, then you had the wrong ideas.
Oh, Christ. All right. Neat. Cool. I love this. This is great. This is what I wanted.
You hear Nyx, the clear voice of Index, say, as if they're like 2 feet in front of you, as if they've stepped up to you, but you still can't see them because of this just oppressive darkness. But you hear Index say, "We got something for you, traitor." But that's where that will end. In the real world, in the cave, you all can kind of see Ash looking over your shoulder that Nyx is hyperventilating. That and his head in the helmet is like going side to side, like someone fighting restraints, like someone strapped down to a gurney and fighting it.
Mm-hmm.
But he's kind of just in the air. And now that you have a second to look at it, it is as if something invisible, like an invisible giant hand, has him pinched in their fingers. It is what it looks like by his physicality.
Oh dear.
And it's in this moment that, like, you three have kind of lined up Western style, and Earl takes a few steps forward, and hopefully you guys join him. That's up to you.
Oh yeah.
Someone has to get through to him. Cal, you're our best shot.
Yeah, I'll step in front of Earl.
Yeah. Earl lets you. He doesn't protest, but he tilts his head and closes his eyes and says kind of distantly, "That's not him.
It's not. Something's controlling him."
We need to do something. And he starts to put his hand out, but as he does, like, once his hand is up and out, Nyx starts zipping around. It's like, it's almost like Dragon Ball Z teleportation, but not quite one moment to another. He is moving very fast, and like, he pauses for a second, and it's in that moment, Nyx, you feel like that's happening. In your little banished world, you are being flung around in the air, and you can hear your former squad mates laughing in glee. Apparently whatever they're doing looks funny to them.
I have something perfect for this.
And yeah, Earl opens his eyes and clenches his fist and says, "I can't do nothing if he's doing that."
I'll try and hold him down.
All right.
And Cal is just gonna he's gonna reach out with both of his arms, sort of focus on the force, and he's just gonna whisper to himself, "Unav, I need your assistance." And I'm going to cast Plant Surge. And how this works is, oh shoot, are there plants under here?
Yeah.
Cool, rad, perfect.
Mushrooms are not in the plant family, but I'm actually nerds can suck it, you know.
Yeah.
The Unav are plants, but
I'm gonna cast this through one action.
Okay.
There are two options. You can cast this through one action or through 8 hours. Every normal plant within in a 100-foot radius, centered on, we'll just say, like, in the center of where Nyx is zipping around.
Mm-hmm.
They all become overgrown, and moving through that area spends 4 feet of movement for every 1 foot.
Okay.
I'm going to exclude the, like, direct area that me, Ray, Ash, and Earl are in.
You're like a good at least 30 feet from him, so you can do that easily. So the intention of this spell is for walking through. He's floating. I love this, however. So we're gonna hand wave some shit, because you're willing this. You're in control of you're asking the plants to help, and they're gonna answer. Go ahead. Well, yeah. Go ahead and make a wisdom check, like a spell check, with advantage because of your
reaction temporary boost. If it's a wisdom check.
Yeah.
Add a d6.
Okay. Heaton, can you roll a d20 and a d6 for me?
I absolutely can.
2d20, he has advantage.
Gotcha. I can do that. So, uh,
Please tell me you didn't roll like 2 nat ones.
no, I did not. It was not nearly that bad. It was a 5 and a 6.
What's the
That...
D6 say?
Oh, what's on the D6?
The D6 is a 5, so 11 total.
Oh, that's fine.
Plus-
So
plus your wisdom.
11
Yeah.
plus 4 is 15.
15? Oh man, that sounds about right to me. Yeah.
The DM says, that sounds good, I guess.
I can work with that.
Not terribly worried when it comes to wisdom checks.
Yeah. It's almost like using the light side is cool. Ray.
We're
Shut up.
working on
Don't
it.
do drugs.
Hey,
Be
guess who's
cool.
currently not doing okay in this particular moment?
Yeah, exactly. It'll be your turn
yeah.
soon. It'll be your turn right after this,
It
actually.
would be okay if you got off those drugs.
Yeah, it'd sure be nice.
So, on the right side of this kind of alley, this street, is one of the mushroom orchards. And so when you ask the plants for assistance, reaching out through the force, pushing out your feelings of desperate need to end whatever is causing your friend to suffer, the plants answer in earnest. There's a pause, so you guys kind of, it's actually a little comical. You guys see Nyx raise his arms and say dramatically, "Udov, I need your help." And there's like 5 whole seconds of nothing before out of the ground right under Nyx are all of these tendrils that hang from the mushrooms. You know, mushrooms have a large interconnected network underground, and they're all connected in kind of like a hive mind. So under Nyx, all of this shoots up and wraps around pretty much all the way up to his knees and attempt to hold him still. What's gonna happen, Nyx? You don't have to do anything. You're in your feels right now.
All right, cool. That's great. I like it.
The
Casa.
force controlling you is gonna attempt to break free of this, and we're gonna let me look at my stat block that I'm looking at. All right. Well, oof. Oof.
Yikes.
It rolled really well, even with disadvantage. What's your spell
Great.
save DC? Just out of curiosity, Cal.
Spell save DC is 15.
Okay. So a 25 definitely beats that.
Why did you do this on purpose?
I was just making sure that there was nothing that
You
like
do
I
this
have to
on,
give you
I'm
a chance.
just making sure. Level 5.
I'm just giving you a chance because, like Asha, you could be like, but wait, I have a reaction thing, so I
Not
have to give
even
you that
mine
chance.
could help. Not even mine could
Yeah.
help. 'Cause that's 10.
I'm giving you a chance, guys. This is
Guys, I'm
things-
trying to
the
help.
mechanics have to be stated out. Anyway, so what happens is basically a partial success. Like this is meant to slow Nyx down. That's the point of the spell anyway, so I'll say that's what goes off.
Mm-hmm.
Even though he was floating these mycelic tendrils. Ooh, that's good. That's a good way to put that. Have wrapped all the way up to his knees, and now he's kind of like one of those things on a rubber. You know that punching bag that's like connected to the ceiling and the floor, and it's
Mm-hmm.
back and forth. That's what Nyx is like, but kind of like in circles right now. So he's not still, but he is now at least a little bit contained. And also, some things happen because this is force shit, you know. So,
Okay, great. I love it.
Those seconds of pause happen, Cal, but you felt the plants answering your call, and when they do, you open your eyes in expectation for their help to bring this to an end. And when you do, you are not in the cave anymore. You are
Okay.
on black basalt field with nothing but gray, ashy sky around you as far as the eye can see. It's dark, but you see like a shadow in front of you that is in circles, and then red lightning strikes, and you can see clearly that it's Nyx. However, his helmet is black with red visor eyes.
Ooh.
A helmet you've seen before.
Oh.
And this Nyx before you pulls out his blaster pistol while he's and it looks like he's aiming it at you, but like he's being flung around and it's hard, and that's all that happens in this moment. That was your turn. That you see all this. Nyx, you don't see any of this. You don't see Cal.
Okay,
you don't
cool.
see. Okay.
That's fine. That's cool.
That's
I didn't need to anyway.
Yeah,
it's great. No, it's fine.
I didn't need that. Now
I
your
didn't
legs
need it.
hurt.
I'm good.
Now your legs hurt. It's like a fair ride that's did not pass any health checks and it's no fun.
Yeah.
Ray, it's your turn.
So, I have some bad news.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
Most of the things that I do damage.
Oh, it's almost like that's
Yeah.
not a great idea all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Maybe
we're
take
we're
a light
having...
side spell every once in a while.
Wow.
Yeah, no. So,
The way you play is disgusting.
the way you play is disgusting. Try switching force powers from time to time. What do you have to say for yourself? Do you
Frodo.
Take Dex's Diner gift cards? Fucking die!
I feel like casting dark side power. The only thing I have is a debuff, and I feel like casting dark side powers on him would make it
What spell is it?
denounce. That's all I've got.
Denounce, okay. Because slow is dark side in this system. Bullshit. Cal has slow. Slow can
No,
be
this
neutral.
is
No, Ash
this
has
is-
slow.
This is Bane.
The force slow. Oh, do you really want Bane though?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
That'll affect his saving throws. Oh.
That's what I mean. I don't have anything I can do.
You could
If
try
he's got to hold
talking.
still, if he's got to hold still, A, you're not sure if he can hear you.
You have
and
muscles.
B, you are an able-bodied Mandalorian young woman.
Yeah, I am also very afraid of what's happening to him in these moments.
It's up
Yeah,
to
it's
you what
fair.
happens.
It's pretty
This is
spooky.
very scary. I'm also not a big fan of the idea that Ray touches him and also has to make a whiz save.
You don't know.
This is all really great in character fears.
Yeah, in character, lots of reasons why touching him, bad idea. Who?
You tried talking to him.
I sure could. I just don't know what to say.
I mean, you are his closest friend.
Yeah, but like, be possessed less is not
Hey,
helpful.
fucko, snap out of it.
Yeah. Hey, dickhead, snap out of it's a bad idea, I think.
Use
I
the
mean, not
force like is
necessarily.
an action. Use the force as an action you're allowed to do, and you can describe to me what you desire, and checks can be made. And
Oh god.
This could be Ray's first attempt to try to utilize the light side.
I have a bad idea of what she would try and do in character, but it's not a good plan.
I
Talk me
think
through it.
honestly we're just throwing spaghetti at the wall right now.
Yeah, alright, well, I mean,
I'll
What's
also
the
point
idea?
out Cal used a pretty he used plant growth to do something different. If you think you have something creative,
I
just
super
tell me.
don't, it's all
Okay.
I super don't, it's all damage. Okay. I'm gonna make a mistake.
Well, we're gonna make it together
For the drama.
She's
for
gonna
the
try and-
drama.
she's bigger and stronger than him. I'm gonna try and take the rock away.
Well,
That is a bad idea. Maybe don't do that one.
you are not sure that there's something in his hand in this moment. He's moving too fast.
You literally mentioned repeatedly how clutch tight his fist was. There is a thing in his hand. I am going to try and remove it because clearly
People can
that's...
clench their fists without things in them.
But the thing,
All the
Justin,
time.
you said that this rock was huge and that we
You-
all saw the rock.
I didn't
when...
say it was huge.
You
You
in fact,
did.
you also
You
did in
did.
your narration say that we saw the rock. Yes.
I don't.
You
Well,
literally
I guess I'm
described
crazy.
it-
I guess
you-
I'm crazy. I'll let
yeah,
you
you-
guys.
You did
If
in
you're
fact describe
gaslighting
it
me, I'll
glowing
allow it.
ominously. Yeah.
Uh,
I think the ominous glowing rock is probably the problem,
If
so I'm
the-
gonna try
if-
and remove it.
If the rock in my artwork that I have been slaving over for the last month was incorrect, you should have said something. But you said nothing.
You said nothing, so this is on your ass. I'm going to try and
I'll-
take the rock.
I'll allow it. If this is gaslighting, I'll allow it. Or all of the fans can make fun of me. I'll probably deserve it.
I'm sweating right now.
So you're attempting to disarm him. So go ahead and
I mean,
Make
you
one
have
of
force
those.
disarm. That doesn't necessarily
I-
have to do damage.
I do have force disarm. Yeah, I can do that.
You do have force disarm, and that does
do you
not
want
have
to
to
use
do
your
damage if
hands
you
or
don't
the
want it to do.
force?
I'm gonna. You know what? I'm gonna try and use the force.
Okay.
Alright.
Okay.
Before I have to
For-
break his fucking fingers, I think this is a better idea.
Force
Yeah.
disarm. Is that a saving throw, or do you make a?
It
Funny.
is. It's strength or dexterity, whichever one they want. Cough, cough. Use the one that's lower.
I can't. I really
Yeah.
like this rock. I have
you
to use the
definitely-
higher one.
You definitely use dexterity next.
I have to use the dexterity. The DM says I have to. What's the DC?
I'm gonna check something real
I don't know. My DC's pretty good. My
quick. 8
DC
plus
is pretty good.
proficiency plus your charisma mod.
14?
14, okay. So I have to roll. It's a saving throw, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I have to roll a 7 or higher.
Yeah.
So, or 7 or,
Roll,
I mean, a
roll
6 or
roll
lower
a
is what
fucking
we want.
roll another one, you dumb bitch!
I'm gonna try. God damn it, I'm gonna
so
try.
hard!
I rolled 10.
Shit!
No, total of
10 on
10.
the die?
No, total of 10. No, total 10.
Oh, total of 10. Give!
Yeah, I rolled a 3.
All right.
You have dropped the rock, and the rock will drop you! I take the rock. I am
Don't
now
touch it! Does it say it goes into your hand?
Yeah, it sure does.
Can you, like... Can it
Well,
be
I'm
like
not
a...
gonna fucking, and we're not gonna do that. Yeah, if you for free hand, you pull directly towards you. If you have a free hand, you catch the weapon. Yeah, I catch. I'm wearing gloves if it helps.
It did not help
Sure.
Nyx.
I was too.
I don't know. It's been a while. I thought it was worth mentioning, but yeah, I catch it.
I'm so happy.
No. I'm not. I'm not happy.
You
This
played
sucks.
into my hands.
When the encounter
This is what
goes
the
according to
Dungeon
plan.
Master wanted. Because technically, we'll be
I mean-
clear so people aren't mad. Nick should have had advantage on that saving throw because it's being worn or carried. However, nah. Something lets go at the last moment of
Okay.
you, Nyx. And the rock Raestra, there's it's weird. There's a moment of like this very visceral tug of war as you reach out with your will and ask the force to help you get this rock out of your friend's hand. Nicely this time. You're not used to doing that, but you
No.
feel like with all this darkness around you, feeding into it would be counterproductive.
Would be counterproductive.
Counterproductive. And there's a moment of like great resistance, like you were like, oh, I can pick this thing up, and then you bend down and try, and it's like, but then like 2 seconds later, just kind of it slips out of Nyx's hand and flies into yours, and it's kind of in that split second moment where the rock is between you and Nyx that like lightning strikes and you're not in the cave anymore. Reaching towards your friend Nyx, you've seemed to have transported to where he is, but you only have like a split second. Like the lightning is the split second of time between the rock being in the air and then in your hand.
Can't she just, like, palm it and then just immediately drop it?
If she wants to. It's a little
'Cause we
too
don't-
bad.
It's a little too bad
It's
that
a
I'm
little too
assuming
bad
I
that
don't
we're-
wanna.
It's a little too bad that we're about to go on a little bit of a trip first.
Not even a saving throw? Nick's had to roll a saving throw.
I'm not battling with the dark side.
Well, no, Raestra has this fun ability about items that are touched with the Force, and boy howdy is
Oh,
this thing touched
no.
with the Force.
I sure do. I sure fucking do. God fucking damn it.
It's like...
Don't you love it when your DM is like, yeah, I'll bend the rules so that you can do this cool thing narratively, and then he finds a way to shoot you in the back of the head with it? I love it. Unironically,
Yeah.
actually, this is really clever. Good job, Justin.
It's like a roller coaster that didn't have any startup. It's like... and you're feeling those G-forces as you're taken back, and in an instant, and you've never seen history this far back. You know for a fact, just because of how it feels. You couldn't explain it, you couldn't like break down the science, but this is a long time ago. You are still and mighty. You jut out into the sky and you see lightning zigzag across the horizon, but then another one right into you, and it hurts. It's like, well, the memories then start to fold, because it's like the chair that they put you in the Fortress Inquisitorius, but this one is eons long and never stops. And it's like you kind of time-lapse that until eventually you are not tall and mighty anymore. Something pierces you and shatters you, and you feel yourself falling and then thudding into the ground with a great thunk, and that also hurts. You're filled with, again, it overlaps with memories. You're bitter, angry, afraid, but like at all times. This place is this way, you are this way. This is your fate. You're dragged somewhere unceremoniously and without like being put on anything. You make a gash in the ground, and then you feel presences around you, living, sentient, and there's a good bit of time that passes of a little bit of chipping away at you, a lot of poking and prodding, and even more of the like constant pain and malice kind of pour it into you. Stuff is constructed around you. You can feel their silhouettes more than you can see them. Pillars, people make markings on the ground, and finally there's a moment where you feel the most familiar presence. This one was around you the most. This one was responsible for most of the malice and a lot of others, and chanting begins, and there's all this malice and darkness being just flooded into you, and it's like it needs to be released. It's like when a pot has boiling water in it, but the lid is on tight. It's like a pressure pot, and finally it does boil over into, there's an escape of energy, and you feel the ground under you give way, and you don't know where you are. You're careening through somewhere. You're at high speeds. But it's all nothing. It's all not even mass or matter feels like somewhere around you, but nevertheless you're cutting a hole through it. And eventually, not even that long, only moments of this, but it feels like forever, it's cold. For the first time in a while. There's nothing around you, no presences, but it's unbelievably cold, and you're floating and weightless. And then some time passes. It feels like something's pulling you, and eventually you fall again. Somewhere you're not sure. And you fall at such velocity that you tear through whatever is in your path for a good long while until you settle into dirt and rubble. Not like where you came from. This is full of life and potential, and you like the sound of that. All of this hate and malice and pain needs to escape you somehow. And that's when you hear it too, Raestra. The low kind of chuckle. And it says your name. Raestra. Raestra. You get a wisdom saving throw, I think.
Fuck. Okay. My whiz isn't great. Oh my god! Natural 20! Get fucked!
Yes!
Fuck yes.
It's a moment
Fuck
like these
yes, let's go.
that do make me happy. But
Yes,
this...
good. We love narrative moments. Not falling to the dark side today, baby.
I don't take joy in torturing my players, but this does put a smile on my face. You saw that you lived this thing's life, and when it says your name the third time, reflexively, you've been through this before. You like I said, a lot of those feelings overlapped with things that you've been through. You've been manipulated into doing things that were awful because of a path of hate and bitterness and sending all that outward. And you reflexively say no, and you drop the rock. You just, and it falls on the ground in front of you. All of that kind of happened in slow motion, and when you drop it, you're no longer in the black basalt zone. It's like immediately like a flash, and it thumps to the ground, and you see out of the corner of your eye Earl has a hand out towards you, and he says, "Nobody touch that." Oh boy, lots of fun things.
Raestra's just gonna drop.
Yeah, on like her knees or
like all the way down, all fours, all the way down. And just by the way, in how much time elapsed outside?
Around.
Just screaming.
Yeah.
Just like the most like horrible, deep-chested, raw pain screaming. And so she comes to just sort of heaving, out of breath, and not sure why her throat hurts and why she can't breathe.
Oof. Ash, do you do anything?
There's not a whole lot for her to do, is there?
Don't touch the fucking
Everyone
rock.
Touch the rock.
It's
Everyone gets to have their fun turn on the Pain Express. Choo-choo, motherfuckers.
No, why would
What-
she saw what it did to Nyx firsthand. She's not gonna fucking touch the rock.
Nobody touched the rock. Where is Nyx, by the way, if you don't mind my asking?
Still wrapped up in vines to his knees, but he is unfortunately still floating.
Oh.
And
Oh.
where is Nyx? Oh, you're still over there. You're still
Oh, no.
You're still in the bad place.
Oh no. Oh god. Okay.
Well, let's see. Does it look like Nyx... I mean, Nyx is still floating, but does he look like he's under being controlled?
He still doesn't look great. Like what I described before, he's you can hear him breathing heavily, and he's shaking his head side to side.
Well, there's not a whole lot I can do, because I'm not very force inclined, and, like, Nyx is pretty tangled up. Raestra succeeded, she's just kind of out of it. I'm not gonna cook and book Nyx.
You could.
Hear me out. It might work.
He's not wearing metal.
Yeah.
My helmet.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, your armor's plastic.
Not plasteel. That's
No.
Stormtrooper.
No.
That's
No.
Stormtrooper.
No. Absolutely not. Stormtroopers wear plasteel. Mine is
Yeah,
Durasteel.
exactly. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, so it is metal.
It has steel in the title.
Kind of. Yes. It is a type of
the
metal.
hole the
Yes.
helmet is.
I would say heat metal works on it, but not plasteel. Unfortunately, it's too much of an alloy. Too much of a watered down alloy.
Would I have gotten
It's too much of a
technically at least
shit
a
armor.
partial short? Would I have gotten at least a short rest by the time?
I believe
all
you
this
guys
stuff
did.
happened?
Yeah.
Okay.
We established that.
Okay, so I'm only down one of my engineering points things. I'm gonna have to try something a little bullshit because I'm not good with the Force and I don't have any other ideas. So I'm going to cast Force Whisper to Nyx and try to do some power of friendship bullshit and just be like, come on, man, you're stronger than this. Snap out of it. I'm worried that giving him a potent aptitude will just help the big bad evil Brock man. Otherwise, I would give him one to help with his save if he gets to make another one. But hopefully, me directly going into his brain, he'll hear it. That is my logic.
Nyx, you do hear it, and in fact,
Oh.
Ashaa, you've projected words to the Force almost naturally your whole life. You haven't done it a whole lot recently, but like since you started back doing it, it's easy. It's just like thinking about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this time it happens just as easily this time. But you finish saying that, and you are no longer in the cave. You're standing on black basalt, a field with nothing but ashy gray sky around you. You know this
Well,
field.
I guess everyone's just doing it. I guess
Here, everyone's here, and the whole gang.
The whole gang's here. Hooray. Nobody touched the rock.
Everyone's here in Star Wars hell.
And you say, so you're here in this place, and you say those words with your mouth, and it's like in a dream. Nothing carries when you say it, but you know Nyx heard you.
Yeah.
And in fact, Asha, if you look to the side, you see Cal here as well.
Cal, you're somehow here too. What is going on? This is above our pay grade. Fuck.
You say all that, and your words don't carry. It's like there's a windstorm that you can't hear. And you don't think Cal heard that.
Cool, Pug.
Awesome.
Love to see it. Well, there's something else I can do if I'm now
It's
stuck
not-
in rock jail.
This isn't a happy, fun place, you know?
No,
about
I didn't even touch the rock. I was trying to do bullshit.
You reached out to someone who is here, so... To get to them, you had to come here.
I guess.
Nyx, it's your turn.
Oh,
you know what
boy.
happens?
I hope we get
What happens?
We're all in the dark zone. We're all in the upside down. This is not the upside down.
Oh, I don't like the dark zone. The dark zone is very dark.
Yeah. It's full of the dark side. Fuck.
Oh.
Criff.
Oh god.
Nyx, you are
Yeah. I am.
still not okay.
Fuck.
No, it's pretty rough.
It's because I rolled a natural 1, isn't it?
Well, yeah, I mean, 2 of those will
Yeah,
do a number
that
on you.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 of those really suck.
It does make sense. But something happens in these moments now that you are allowed a moment to think, because your thoughts are all still here. You're still here. You're still here in your head.
Right?
You're in the dark zone, but it all kind of at once undarkens, like that someone turned up the render distance, and
Okay.
you're still being flung about, just tethered to the ground by something wrapped around your legs, but you can see Ash to your right, Cal a little to your left and forward, and most importantly, it's in this moment, kind of like when all of that shot out, Ray, you see as well. You're on the ground, looking down at the ground, wondering what happened, and the ground turns a different color before your eyes. You are here too, and Nyx, you see her, and the state she's in. And you don't like that, obviously. That's something I don't have to tell you.
Yeah.
She's your friend. She's your good time boy. No, I can't. This is serious, Justin.
My friend. She's my friend. She's my pal. My rotten soldier. My good time boy.
And you're taking that in. You're like, why does she look that way? She looks like she just fucking ran 3 marathons. Why? And your the concern and the worry like washes over you. Like it consumes you to the point where you almost don't notice that your blaster is out and attempting to level at her, but it's like it's having trouble. It's like your arm is having trouble.
Okay.
And now that you're aware of it, you don't like that.
Yeah.
And so you...
Let's speak for my character.
Yeah, what do you know? Maybe I'm into it.
Maybe I'm into it. Maybe you brain.
Wanted to kill this dumb bitch for forever.
Maybe this is all according to plan. Maybe this is the exact outcome that I wanted.
And you also feel a few different, like, feeling, not control, but feeling comes back to some of your other extremities. You can feel the plants wrapped around your legs, and something else is like pouring through them, and it's familiar. It's like when Cal healed you that first time. And you were made painfully aware that this was a Jedi who couldn't help but help others.
Yeah.
You did hear what Ash said, and that kind of echoes through your head. This person that believes in you.
Yes.
And is counting on you. Just like all these people are counting on you. And you super don't want to shoot your best friend, Ray.
No.
So you get to make a wisdom saving throw with advantage.
Okay. What's the DC? If you'd be so kind.
I will. Hold on, let me triple check.
25.
Cruel.
Justin, we're level 5.
I'm hesitant to say in case.
Okay.
But if you want a number to beat, it's a 13.
A 13, okay. So
the DC is not high, you just suck.
Okay.
I mean, you guys are only level 5.
Wisdom. So it's a wisdom save, right? I have a +1 to my wisdom saves.
Mm-hmm. Don't you have something like human determination or something? That's something.
I do, but I also have advantage.
Okay.
So I have to roll a 12 or higher.
Mm-hmm.
And I can also add Defiant, which adds a D4 to the roll.
Yeah.
So.
And boy, how do you feel Defiant right now?
Yeah. So first I'm going to roll with advantage. And if it can't quite get there, I'll use Defiant.
Mm-hmm.
First roll. Okay. Second roll. Okay. The first roll was a 2.
Cool.
The second roll was a 13 for a total of 14.
Oh my god! Friendship. Power of friendship, bullshit, go!
Truly, you feel... Because all of this bitterness had, like, washed all the way over you in the initial moments where you had this rock.
Yeah.
And you feel that washed away as Ash's concern echoes through your head, as you feel... You've never felt the Force. In fact, has Nyx ever thought about what it feels like? Who knows? It's just impossible for you to. But you feel something through the effort that Cal is putting forth to try and stop you.
Right.
And you mostly feel a sense, just a sinking sense of everything Ray just went through to get that thing out of your hand.
Right.
And you push that darkness away, and there's no more voice saying your name.
Hooray.
And it's like all in kind of a flash of and as simultaneously a lightning strikes in this place, red lightning, but it's all gone in that flash immediately for all of you. And Nyx tumbles to the ground, and you are still physically kind of having a panic attack.
Yeah.
It's not okay.
Yeah.
And you suffered all that psychic damage from last session. So you're in a state.
DM, can I try something?
Absolutely.
You said he's only like 30 feet away? We're only 30 feet away from him?
Yeah.
That's perfect. So, because I'm a mushy-gushy son of a bitch...
Because I'm a mushy-gushy son of a bitch.
I would like... If we're all, like, kind of, like, snapped out of it kind of at the same time, and I see Nyx kind of, like... he crumples to the ground, right?
Yeah,
I would like
the plants,
to
the plants help him along. They soften his fall.
I would like to use rescue, although it is a bonus action, it's not a reaction, but maybe you'll be nice to me and let me do it. And I want to, it says you pull one willing ally you can see within 30 feet of you to an unoccupied space within 5 feet of you. The target must use their reaction to accept the pull. I want to pull Nyx into a hug.
Oh.
Okay. It's nice.
It's more like a you must try and hold all of this man's weight because he's
I know.
not okay.
I'm out.
But you can wrap your arms around him. And
Risha's
that
having a
technically
bad
is a hug.
time.
You are correct, yeah.
She's not thinking completely through it because this has been rough for everyone, but like it'll be a crumpled hug, but it's the sentiment's
It
there.
will only work if the plants let go of him, and that's up to Cal.
Cal?
Yes.
Do the plants let go of Nyx so that Asha can pull him
I can.
her grasp? Yeah.
I can drop the spell.
Yeah. So the plants like lower him down onto the ground so he doesn't like tumble like a sack of rocks, a sack of spids. It's canon now.
Well, now we've spoken it into existence.
I hate this and you.
Cool. No, you don't.
Cope, Steve.
I love that response. No, you don't.
And Asha, you do. I mean, Nyx is nearly, he's head and shoulders above you and a lot heavier, but you still
I'm 5'8". He's only 4 inches taller than me. He's not.
That's head and shoulders. Last I checked.
No, the 4 inches is not head and shoulders. And plus, my Montrals make up for my. It's fine. He's heavier than me. I understand.
Yeah. My point is, it's a little awkward, but it happens.
Yay!
Hooray!
Friendship.
Nyx, you are in shock. Just like the basic, most medical.
Yeah.
But you remember all that you saw?
Yeah.
It's hazy in these original shock moments, but like it clears up like it was a dream, right? You know how you only remember dreams if you like wake up in the middle of them?
Yes.
And in dream in real life, it fades with time. This is the opposite. It's kind of, it was very fuzzy and you're like, oh, wow, what was all that? And then it starts to clear as the seconds pass.
Gotcha.
Nyx, how are you health-wise?
Well, so...
It's funny you should ask.
Well, so here's the thing. I know I took psychic damage last session.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, I don't recall how much psychic damage that was.
I listened to it just a bit ago to make sure that my descriptions were correct, and I don't remember either.
Good job.
It was a decent amount.
It was a pretty good amount.
You got shot with blasters.
Ash is also not looking so hot, but it's just these two injured individuals. Ash is trying to keep him up, and it's not working.
I would say that like he probably took like a substantial amount of damage. So I if I remember correctly, I think it was like 25 psychic damage.
It was something like that, yeah.
Something along those lines.
I'm gonna cast the highest healing spell that I have then, and hope it doesn't kill me.
That's a
Jesus.
sentence.
It's called Share Life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I take 4d8 necrotic damage, and
Oh God.
however much damage I take, Nyx heals for twice as much.
Oh my
Can
God.
48 reach your max? That's 16.
Considering-
That's 30.
Yep, it
that's
sure
30.
can.
Okay. Here we go.
And I thought you were gonna be like, and I know that because I just rolled it and it did. Goodbye.
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 Well, if this isn't, wait a minute, is it the spicy necrotic damage?
No.
Because if it's not, then
It
it
would say
doesn't
so
matter.
otherwise. Yeah.
Yeah, then it doesn't matter. Because if the only time it kills you with necrotic damage is if it's the spicy one, because it means your
Yeah,
health
like
can't
vampires
regenerate
and
back to it. So
there's
you're
one type of ghost that does it.
yeah, so you're fine. It'll suck. You'll pass out, but you'll be fine.
So Nyx heals for 36 health.
Jesus. So I'm back to
that's
max.
that's a really good 4d8 roll. 36 is
Yeah, that's
Well,
substantial. So
Isn't that all eights? If I'm
No,
remembering
that's
my math.
18. Remember, the healing is doubled. He rolled 18.
doubled.
Oh yeah. Okay, that's double. Okay.
I took 16.
Okay.
So it's fine.
So Nyx is back to full, which what that looks like is like you feel, because all your extremities felt it's rough. It's like the tingly feeling when you hit your humerus just right, but kind of like
Yeah.
all over. Yeah.
yeah.
And that when Cal reaches out, is that a touch spell? Actually, no. It's 30 feet.
No, it's not.
When Cal reaches out towards you, you feel it again, and it was close to what you felt that helped snap you out of it. That warm light, like fill you from like head down, and as it flows, it takes away that tingly feeling and the wounds that you like as you right after you remember the wounds and you flinch again thinking about them. That's when the healing energy flows through you and it kind of subsides.
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
How close are
Well.
you to 0, Cal?
On a scale of 1 to 27, I'm at like a 9.
Okay.
On a scale of 1 to 27, I'm at a 9.
Okay. Single digits.
So
you
theoretically,
kind of-
I could cast it again.
Shut
No.
up. She's full.
I'm good. I'm
Ash isn't.
I'm just gonna, like, you see a thing pop out of her wrist pad, and she's like, I hope this one fucking works. And she tosses it on the ground, kind of like Soldier 76, and she'll cast,
Pocket
Cold
heal.
Cloud.
Yeah.
I
Some
can only
healing
cast it
gas.
at... We only get 1d4 plus my tech casting modifier, but it's
Well, Nyx
something.
is all full. He's good.
Me and
Yeah, I'm
Cal
good.
need help,
Okay.
though. That's...
Okay, that's true.
So we get 8 back.
Everyone gets 8 health back?
Everyone that could, but I think
Everyone
Ray
that
is
could
max.
get 8 back. Yeah, Ray
think-
didn't
Yeah.
take any damage.
Oh no, my damage was all emotional. Don't even worry
Yeah,
about
it's
it.
fine. Yeah.
But she fought against the dark side. Where I'm
The
so proud of
best
her.
kind.
I'm so proud
That
of
means
her.
I can cast it again!
No.
Stop it!
No.
Ah! Nyx, your shock is, not gone. The force is magic, but it doesn't, take away all the memories flooding into you right now. So, but like your breathing steadies and you're able to like hold yourself still here on the ground.
As I
And
struggle
even-
to hold him.
Yeah, and even hug Asha back. Hug Asha back if you want. That's only if you want, though. You don't have to.
How are we gonna tell them not? I mean, I guess they know not to touch the fucking rock, but
Yeah. Well, everyone has done a thing but Ray. Ray,
Ray's,
what's going on?
Ray's gonna pass out.
Okay. On top of the rock, make a wisdom. No.
No. Please,
Can I
yes,
shoot the
please.
rock?
She touches
Oh, I'll
it.
force throw the rock if I can.
Yeah, she. You kind of
push the rock.
You crumple off to the side like a dog, like when a dog faints, like when a dog collapses, and
Just flop.
when you do, like Earl was closest, and he steps over to you, and he doesn't touch you out of maybe respect, the rest of you can tell. But he does like reach a hand close and nods, concluding that you're alive and battered but fine. Fine, air quotes. Fine in big air quotes.
The biggest air quotes you could possibly manage. Air quotes the size of a fucking Star Destroyer.
And he takes out a kerchief. And even he takes out the kerchief, looks at it in a considering fashion, and then also rips a good bit of his sleeve off. You can hear as he unwinds a good bit of his sleeve, puts that in the kerchief, and then gingerly picks up the rock. And you see when he does, he starts to wrap the loose bits of sleeve and wraps this rock completely up, and then holds it palm up, as if it's a tarantula, as there's a way about his posture that he's keeping it away from his face, and he says, "This is worse than I could have ever feared."
Why do I feel humiliated and yet oddly rejuvenated?
The Force, I guess.
I don't like it.
I agree.
That was a fucked situation.
Yeah.
How are we supposed to take care of the real thing? This was just a sample. Fuck.
Well, firstly, don't touch it. He looks at you, Nix.
Fair. He's not even gonna fight that one. He's gonna go, yeah, you know what? That was my fault. That was fuck.
It's in the past. Now you know.
Nyx is gonna... Nyx feels bad in this moment because he got full healing. So he, despite having, the worst experience of his life, the aches and pain in his bodies are completely gone. He feels, kind of refreshed, like he woke up from, a really long nap.
Mm-hmm. And just to color all your roleplay, just to make something clear, you all remember that dark place, and...
Yeah.
There's something... it's like when you were a kid and the first, horror thing you saw, and it sticks with you, and it scares you.
Yeah.
It's like that.
First things first, Nyx is gonna go check up on fucking Ray.
Yeah.
Out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said it earlier, but it is like she ran 4 marathons.
Yeah.
Her body posture seems absolutely drained. There's nothing left, and so it turned everything off.
Gotcha. Okay.
Man, under-fucking-standable. What a fucking relatable vibe.
Yeah. Yeah, he's literally just gonna do, a quick vitals check, see that she's, still breathing. And,
in fact, she's perfectly fine physical-wise, but, yeah.
Yeah. But, other than that, Nyx is going to kind of, sit down beside her and kind of look to the rest of the Force wielders and go, "We need explosives and a lot of them."
Earl just purses his lips and nods. Something like that.
I mean,
Few other
we don't...
precautionary things, I think.
I mean, we gotta figure out how to, disintegrate this thing, because that was just a
Let me
piece
try
of
shooting
the
it.
whole thing.
I pull out my blaster. Let me shoot the shot.
Because that was just a piece of the main thing. So if something that big can still cause that much of a problem, we gotta be real careful with how we dispose of it.
Earl puts
yeah,
her
let me
hand
shoot
up and is like, "I don't think that's this is an entity of its own. I think it's exuding its power through it, because
Still, if it can reach that far with just a piece of it, that thing is no joke. Are you sure you don't know what this thing is? You haven't heard of anything like this?"
He you see his fingers curl around the cloth, and he pauses. "This feels like kyber, but ain't any kind of kyber I've ever seen."
Not even something that's bleeding? Bleeding.
He pauses. Ooh, this is a good...
I will gesture for Lemmy to come over. I'll whistle for him to come over, and then I'll open him up and show him.
Actually, yeah. I can parse out exactly why.
And I take out the 2 crystals from the
Oh yeah.
Inquisitor lightsaber.
You do that. You like have one in each hand, like, you know, just 2 front fingers and thumb, and he waves his other hand as he seemed like off in his memories, and is like, I've touched blade kyber before. This is similar, but it's like touching static electricity and touching a live wire. They're both electricity, but this is, he shakes the rock in his hand. This is a whole other beast.
Do you think this is something that we can at least suppress? If this is a conduit,
I was gonna try, but
it can be turned off somehow.
all force things can be suppressed with enough people of an opposite force pushing against it. I was gonna try with Nyx. I think it would have worked, but you guys did it before he could hold still. So
Hey, thanks for that, by the way.
You're
It's getting hairy in there.
welcome. You're our friends, so
Sorry for snapping.
hey, that wasn't you. That was clearly the rock. So, but now we know. Don't touch shit.
Dwayne?
that's the worst part, Nyx. She's wrong, and you know that. The rock helped. It's like how you're not yourself when you're hungry, but
Exactly.
but you still choose to like say the things you say, right? Even if it's
Yeah.
a bad day, you're in a bad mood, your mental health is being affected, you know. You know for a fact it didn't make you say those things, but it helped.
Yeah. He's gonna keep that to himself, though.
We can at least suppress the big rock, then maybe figure out what exactly is channeling that dark side through it.
I think it's it. But I don't think we should pontificate about this while she's completely out of it. She might have some useful input, and I think we all need a second.
I need to sleep. That
Yeah.
hurt.
Yeah.
Let's get her back in the hut. He starts to make a move, but then is like, you can do it if you want, Nick. So he makes a hand gesture.
Yeah, it's okay. I've taken her home from drunk nights every now and again.
I believe it.
It's all in the knees, really. Yeah, but
Beskar's supposed to be lighter than it looks anyway, right?
it's not the best Scott.
Spoilers, it's not the best car. Raestra's fucking massive.
She's 6'3" in pure muscle.
You get her to the soft pallet and lay her down gently, and you all are in the hut now. Earl has put the wrapped up rock on the ground in front of him, like he doesn't want to touch it any longer than he has to, even through this cloth.
Yeah.
And the moment's yours.
If he puts it on the ground, Nyx is half tempted to try to see if he can just stomp his foot on it and shatter it.
You can certainly try.
I don't like that. I'm not going to.
We've had enough tomfoolery this evening.
Yeah.
Good, because it would have been like trying to step on diamond. Let's just see if my leg muscles can break it.
Breaks foot.
This is a mineral of high density.
And if it's kyber crystal, it's not a good idea to shoot it.
It's like Kyber.
Actually, wait. Would Nyx know that? Would Nyx know that that if you shoot a kyber crystal, it blows up violently?
Yeah, probably, because Raestra would have told him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, fair enough.
Also, he's a fucking... Wait a minute, no, he's a fucking clone. Of course he knows that.
Well, clones don't know all of the Jedi lore. They just know about Jedi, and they know the
Clones
basic
probably wouldn't
information
know
about
that,
Jedi.
But you are correct, Raestra. You would have told him that.
Yeah. What happens if I just shoot it?
It'll blow up.
Like a small contained explosion?
No.
Okay.
Remember Alderaan in the future? That.
Yeah.
Remember something from the future?
Oh, God.
How do you... No, the response would have been, like a small contained... She would have just turned to him, folded her arms, and gone, how much do you like Coruscant? Like, how attached to it are you?
Well, at that size, it would be
give
like,
or
how much
take.
do you like
I'll
this
get-
building we're in?
Yeah.
How much
Yeah.
do you
Like
like
our
Nexus?
building.
How much do you like clicks?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love
Fair
clicks.
enough.
It's the best place.
It's the best place to get a meal. It's the only place to get a meal, this godforsaken rock.
You all can long rest if you desire. Nothing will
Yes,
I would like
please.
except
to.
maybe me.
I'd like nothing more. Thank you.
You all gain the downsides of a long rest now. You feel sleepy.
What the fuck does
No.
that mean?
I saw that on Reddit and I thought it was funny. You all gain the benefits of a long rest.
You'll gain the downsides of a long rest. Grogginess, slow. Your movement speed is halved for the first hour.
Woke up right smack dab in the middle of REM, so you're like, ugh.
Oh god, that's
Yeah.
the worst.
It's so bad.
Ash probably went to sleep close to Earl because, like, that whole thing
Yeah.
was, like, harrowing.
Earl does not sleep. He uses a fun force technique to basically kind of pseudo elf trance. It doesn't truly give him a long rest, but it doesn't do exhaustion points.
And he hasn't done much in the last while anyway, so he's still good on shit.
Mm-hmm. But the morning is yours. And it is indeed morning to the best of your guys' internal clocks. The light is the same, the vibes in this cave village are the same.
It sure feels like ass. Absolute fucking ass. It sucks. I hate it here. I feel like I got hit by a truck.
Seems like you did.
I feel like I was the truck.
Metaphorically.
No, I got struck by lightning a bunch, literally, so.
Earl's brows go up.
She kind of just. She's kind of just laying there, and then she goes, oh, god damn it, I hate this part.
Remind me, I'm at a loss. I don't think we at least addressed to Earl directly about your psychometry, right? I can't
Yeah.
recall any moment. Okay, yeah, so we'll say that it hasn't happened.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, you don't, like, you didn't. She's gonna. Oh, this. What she is referring to is not part of that.
Yeah.
So this fun thing happens when you get electrocuted.
Mm-hmm.
That I have figured is probably something that Raestra is going to deal with for a long period of time. And I don't know if you've ever heard of it, because it's kind of niche, but it's this magic thing called nerve damage.
Well,
But she didn't take any actual
you
damage.
never
It was all-
physically were.
Yeah, I know. So the fun thing about that though is that her body does not. If your brain thinks you did, it doesn't matter.
That's fair.
Well, I like it, and I don't disagree, but I will point out that you were a rock when you got
Yeah.
electrocuted a bunch.
Yeah. You also said that it mimicked the feeling that she had the time that she wasn't a rock and got electrocuted a bunch.
Fair.
So she kind of you see her like have a really hard time sitting up, and when she does, like, her movements kind of hindered for a little bit, and she's like, I'll never. I hope the older I got, it'd go away, but it acts up sometimes. Oh fuck, everything hurts. She just like slumps back over.
Nyx has guilt.
Yeah. So it used to be bigger than it is now. Probably, like, a lot bigger. It was probably all one mass at one point. Big. Real big. But it looks like it was erosion at first. Just natural shit. It would get struck by lightning, get beaten up by the storms. Just one big raw exposed nerve. Then would I recognize did the chanting sound familiar at all?
It was a POV thing, and memories are fuzzy. You know how memories are, right? So no, you just recognize that it was chanting.
Yeah.
But definitely in a language you don't speak is the most
okay.
you can get if you think about it real hard.
Well, yeah, that's not what I mean. I mean, like, would I have recognized that, like, can I intuit whether or not, like, this was Sith shit?
Oh, it had the dark side written all over it, so
Yeah.
it was either Sith or something else.
So she'd say it was, then there was some kind of ritual. Probably, oh god, like hundreds of years ago. They I don't know if they were doing something to it or worshipping it. It wasn't clear. It doesn't understand, so I couldn't either. But some kind of Sith ritual. Then the mining happened. It fell into the hole. Now it's in there, and it's found the Unov, because the Unov are down here. When it was on the surface, it didn't have access to any real life, but down here it has access to tons, and it's just grabbing whatever it can. It's angry and in pain, and it just wants to hurt other things. That's all I got.
Earl strokes his chin. So you have that gift. Interesting.
What?
You can see the memories of things. Psychometry.
Mm-hmm. Just stuff. I can't do it with people. I've tried.
I bet it didn't like you looking into its history.
I don't know. It didn't... I wasn't connected to it long enough. It's... She kind of, like, makes, like, a dismissive hand gesture, and she goes, I've never tried... Well, I've done it to my Kyber before, but I don't do it to things that are alive.
Can it even work on things that are alive?
If it's an object like this, like with Kyber, like things that are kind of in between, sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Like, she kind of you see her, like, think about it for a minute, and you see her brain kind of click, and she goes, like, I don't know if it'd work on the Unov, for example. They're not things, even though they're made of plants, I don't think it'd count as them being things, but stuff like Kyber, sometimes discarded things like shells, teeth, sometimes it'll do it, but not often. But it's mostly just... She throws her hands up and she goes, I don't know. I don't understand the difference. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but it can't be a living thing, and sometimes it is, and sometimes it's kind of a living thing, and sometimes I don't fucking know. It doesn't make any fucking sense.
When I learned about it, they said it pick up echoes of the Force. When things resonate, the Force remembers. But you're right, Kyber's a little bit alive, so you experienced some real memories. But you said you went somewhere?
Probably wherever it is now.
I mean, when I reached out to Nyx with the Force, it pulled me into a weird gravel state where I saw everyone else there, and I couldn't, like, talk to them, but, like, I was able to communicate with the Force to them, so...
His eyes get big. You all went somewhere?
That's not where I was. It was...
To be clear, it definitely was where you were at first. Red lightning, clear skies.
Yeah, she says, no, I was there for a minute, but I think the psychometry overrode it. I was going to be there, but the object pulled me further, and then once it was done, it spat me all the way back out, and that fucking... Oh, God. I feel like I was concussed. I was concussed, woke up, and then was concussed again. My brain has bounced off of both ends of my skull. I crave death. She's gonna just slowly start laying back down.
You can rest, but can we at least have your listening ear while we talk about this?
I'm not going back to sleep. I just need to lay down. My head is throbbing. The room is spinning. I might throw up.
Fair enough. Maybe one of the Unov has the magic dust for that.
But it didn't... Well, I don't know. Maybe it did. Again, I don't know. I didn't hear the ritual or the chanting. I just didn't hear what they were saying. I just heard that they were doing it. And I don't... But they were... The thing that's getting me is I don't know how much of that was there to begin with and how much they made worse. I want to believe there's fixing it, but I don't know. I didn't see enough. It wasn't clear enough.
You all went somewhere. What did it look like?
I will describe.
Yeah. Basalt valleys, ashy skies, red lightning. And at that, 2 people get to roll. Cal, I want you to make a history check.
Okay. It's lore. It's 14.
Oh, lore, yeah. 14. You get exactly what Earl is about to say. Ain't no planet with red lightning. And art and geography like that. That I know of. But that sounds insidious. Sounds definitely Sith shit. Maybe it's not even real. A fictitious mind place of evil.
Sounds like a place where you need, like... Huh.
Though, Raestra, you did say you saw it in a bit of the memories, so...
I nod.
So, like, does Cal know that this place exists, or, like, he's on the same wavelength as Earl?
You're on the same wavelength that you're having a hard time... You're thinking, if I had heard of a place with nothing but black ground, craggy black mountains, and red lightning, I would have remembered that. Well, there's no way that was here. This place, A, doesn't have any kyber, and you said this was part of a huge vein of it. Nor does it have that much black obsidian basalt, whatever the black under you was. Like I said, it might not be real, but if it's where the Sith are, he bites his lower lip thoughtfully. Nah, said it was a long time ago. There were a lot of Sith a long time ago in a lot of places.
She nods, and it was a long time ago.
They come from Korriban, but Korriban's red. At least that's what it looked like in the pictures. He shakes his head. That's not important anyway. We gotta figure out how to take this thing down, because something this insidious and this powerful cannot continue to let its machinations play out at the bottom of this planet.
Absolutely not. Well, what do we even do about it?
Take it out.
How? If it's similar, I mean, like, how do we even destroy it?
If it's a Sith rock, there are ways. Jedi have defeated Sith before.
Well, I'm working on negative amount of information here, so...
Not exactly. We know that it has some sort of mind influence, a strong connection to the Force, the dark side specifically, but not such a strong connection that it would completely overtake a person, because I've heard legends of Sith doing that.
I mean, whatever it did to Nyx got pretty darn close.
Yeah, that wasn't exactly a pleasant experience.
He had your body, not you. Like I said, I've heard of Sith legends that could completely take over a being.
Yeah, kind of. It did feel like something was controlling my body, but it also didn't exactly feel like it wasn't my own body. Like, I felt like I was in control of my body, but not what I was doing with my body. Know what I mean?
He nods.
I mean, I guess that makes enough sense.
So if we can find a way to block out any of that reaching out with the Force to do things like that, be a good first step.
What is it with you Force users and just controlling people's bodies and thoughts?
Not a lot of people do it. It's dark side shit for the most part. The only time I ever saw Jedi do it was she makes the mind trick gesture. It's when and that's just like mental sleight of hand. It's the idea of just redirecting thoughts you already have as opposed to like controlling you to do something you wouldn't.
Still a form of manipulation.
She shrugs. Yeah, but you can do that with just talking to somebody. It's not the same thing.
Yeah, I suppose.
It's just easy.
It's not the same as possession.
What are your thoughts, Cal?
Silver?
No, I'm here.
Or just thinking?
I'm thinking.
Gotcha.
What is Cal thinking? Could really go for a double cheeseburger right now. From Dex's.
Sacrilege.
Dex is fine. Dex's diner has good food.
Yeah, but could they make lava cake like fucking
Like
Our Dex?
like Dex?
like our Dex? Absolutely not.
No. Dexter is good at diner food. You go to Clicks for the atmosphere and the service.
Yeah.
Sorry, I've been thinking about that place that you described, the Red Lightning. I spent a lot of time with Jocasta-Nu, and I'd like to think that I have a good idea of plenty of existing planets.
Jocasta-Nu?
The librarian.
You see Raestra. You see Raestra's eyes go wide, and she just like reflexively shrinks.
Old like me, though she was built like a brick house back in the day.
He's just, oh yes, points to Raestra, correct reaction.
Built like a brick house? Ah, come on, I know what that means.
She didn't used to be scary. Then she joined the council and left the council.
Mm-mm. Yeah, no, the minute you say built like a brick house, you just see Raestra shake her head. No. Mm-mm. 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 Mm-mm.
Hey, just like looking at Earl. Hey, Earl, what's the largest thing that you can lift with the Force?
He considers and then smirks. Size matters not.
Turns to Ash. It would take her 2 minutes.
I don't know what that means, but all I know is that he's definitely done something with her at some point.
What?
She's so scary.
Is there anyone in the galaxy you haven't, like, had coitus with, besides my parents and lesbians?
Plenty. There are so many people out there. They far outnumber me. It's just anyone who would want to have relations with them all. It's a fool's errand.
Gross.
I just enjoy myself while I'm alive.
both Nyx and Raestra. Gross.
So Jocasta-Nu couldn't even figure out, like, even thought that Kamino wasn't real, and then Obi-Wan discovered it.
If it's not in the archives, it's not real.
It was!
If it's not in our archives, then it doesn't exist.
It was, and then Dooku deleted it.
Yeah.
Would Cal, like, know about Kamino not, like...
Oh, yeah. That would be the one thing that, like... That would be the one thing, like, Obi-Wan told Anakin, right? And Obi-Wan thought it was in what's the word when you tell someone a secret? There's like a verb word for it.
Confidence.
In confidence, yeah. There we go. It thought it, and Anakin, of course, blabbed it to Ahsoka, who blabbed it to younglings, probably. And so, like, the word got around that Jocasta-Nu made a big mistake and thought that a planet didn't exist, and it totally did. That was the hot
to
gossip
this day,
for, like,
and to this day,
Jocasta-Nu
Jocasta-Nu refuses to go to Kamino.
Yeah. Sometimes a brave kid who wants to be a little shit will be like, "What about Kamino, Miss New Master New?" And she'll be like, she'll give that death glare, and then everyone will shut up.
A quick swat with a fucking ruler, Christ.
Yeah.
As much as I want to agree with Earl that such a place couldn't exist, it sounds like it can't. It sounds like we'd sense it. Kamino was also thought to... Well, it's not on the archives. I can't necessarily see this planet being on the archives, and I know well enough from everything that's happened with Order 66 and everything. The dark side isn't just powerful, it's careful.
It's good at hiding.
So I'm wondering if it's possible for such a place to exist. And I'm trying to think of everywhere that it could hide. It's a big galaxy, but certainly most of it should be charted.
Yeah. We pretend we know a lot, but there's whole regions at the edge of this galaxy that we can't send ships through because it's wild space.
True.
Wasn't there a place called Actually, wait, no, I don't know if Nyx would know about this place. Would Nyx know about Dathomir?
Dathomir. It's Midrim. Yeah. The Legends of the Witches.
Yeah.
Mostly because there was a separatist attack there, so I imagine Nyx might have heard about that.
Yeah. What about Dathomir?
It's red. And scary in a different way.
Well,
Dathomir is forbidden to you.
Dathomir is forbidden to you.
Well,
it's
Here's the thing.
also an unquestionably, like,
Well, and here's the other thing: is if I remember the reports correctly, there were like witches there, right?
Witches.
So they might have. So
Continue.
you're fine. Leave this in, Brooke.
You can't tell me what to do. I don't get
You're right.
paid.
I can't. That's true. You can't. I can't. I have nothing. I can't say anything. So Nyx kind of explains. I mean, there might be some information on Dathomir.
Dathomir's not. Well, hold on. So there's a lot of stuff we don't know. The Jedi struck a deal with the Dathomir and witches a long time ago. Yoda led those negotiations. That's what we know in canon. I was about to say it's not related to the Sith, but I think it is. There is a Sith temple on Dathomir, and that's where you go in Fallen Order. I think that's what it's supposed to be. Whatever Sith's relics are on Dathomir were long ago either accounted for or buried. There was agreement with the witches. They weren't affiliated with the Sith.
Interesting.
That was a long time ago. We agreed to leave them alone, and they agreed to not do Sith shit.
Yeah, well, the Jedi Order doesn't actually exist anymore, and
It's true.
I don't know. I don't think it's controlled by the Empire.
If
Nix,
you
are you
were-
suggesting that we take a ship that we don't have to go to a planet that is far away from here when the problem is currently here and causing problems for people up
If you had
on the surface?
heard, also, Nyx, if you had heard about the separatist attack, you would have also heard that they wiped out the Dathomirian witches.
Listen, I'm just throwing blue noodles at the wall here, okay?
Don't say
You
blue
can just
noodles
call 'em
ever again.
noodles.
Fucking blue spaghetti would be a thing in Star Wars, and I hate that. Anyway,
It is a thing. We saw a guy eat a box of Chinese food in Star
Well,
Wars.
all we know
I
is that in
hate-
Star Wars, Percy Jackson would be thriving.
yeah. Anyway,
Anyway.
Anyway,
no, I don't. This don't have. Dathomir doesn't match any of those descriptions, and that's not a place you go on a long shot. It's dangerous.
Fair enough.
Though I heard the witches are fine. That's what the kids used
Like
to say.
fine
back
as
in
in
the day.
as in easy to get along with, or fine as in you want to stick your dick in one.
Definitely the latter. The
God
former is
damn
just
it.
not true.
Yeah, just gross.
Listen, it's like a forbidden fruit kind of thing. You'll understand when you're older.
Yeah, I really don't. I really don't.
You'll understand when you're older.
You'll understand when you're older. I learned that shit early.
But Cal, it sounded like you were getting at something that's not what Nyx was getting at.
Yeah, sorry.
Not that
about
I think it was a useless detour, but
No, yeah, you good.
We just have to get rid of the rock.
it's true. But
Where it came from doesn't fucking matter. We just have to get rid of it.
It's true. It's correct. If we can, Earl, do you think if we channel enough of the Force into it, then perhaps the rock will? I don't even necessarily care if it explodes, but if the dark side will just leave it.
like
Purify
override the
it?
rock.
it's a purification ritual. But he scratches his chin roughly and then runs a hand through his hair. You purify copper crystals small enough to go in lightsabers. You said this thing had a voice and it spoke to you, Ray and Nyx.
It was as big as a skyscraper at one point.
It's got a level of life inside it that might push back against that. But that doesn't mean it's not worth trying.
I think so. If anything, I think it's the best shot we got. With what we learn now, even a small chunk of the rock, that tells me that you break the rock, you don't necessarily fix the problem.
Here's the question though, like, how are we gonna purify it if we have to touch it to do that? And it can take control of our bodies and do freaky shit with it.
It's a good question. Destroying's the most direct thing. But I think there's no reason we can't try both. I can channel as much as I can into it, and maybe it won't purify it, but maybe it'll slow it down.
I can help with that.
That might work, but you and I don't have as much synergy as you have with the rest of these folk. So I'll leave it up to you where you think you're most useful, but we gotta make some plans. I think Nyx was onto something. We need to get some explosives.
I mean, as of right now, that's the only idea that's really coming to mind. At least for me.
We can go back up to Aneth, or at least the depot, and grab all that we can. I got a big enough favor I can cash in with the foreman that he won't even waste time with questions. He'll trust me.
Perfect.
But we need to rest a little more, I think. He looks at Raestra.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
I don't think time is of the most essence because, like you said, the dark side's good at hiding. I think after a move like this and feeling what we're capable of, it'll bide its time.
Probably.
I agree.
But we gotta take this son of a bitch out.
Agreed.
A Sith rock. I wonder if it has a Darth name.
Maybe.
What?
Darth Stone. Darth Stoner.
Darth Brennan.
Dwayne.
No!
Darth Dwayne is the winner.
Darth Dwayne is the winner, yes.
That's the perfect joke to roll credits on.
Yeah. Christ.
Star Wars The First Resistance is a live play Dungeons & Dragons podcast using the Star Wars 5e system, which can be accessed for free at sw5e.com. Our podcast features the player talents of BubblingBrooke as Ashaa-kai, Practically Silver as Couch and Phimiir, Ben Lepard as Nyx, HitenNoRuroni as Raestra Akkan, and this Justin as the Game Master. Big thank you to Arcane Anthems for creating the theme song, and Wondrous Works for the key art. All relevant links are in the description. We hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you did, we'd love if you left a positive review and shared the podcast. It might help others find and enjoy the podcast as well. We can't thank you enough for listening to us goof around and tell stories. We hope you all join us for the next episode. Until then, may the Force be with you.